Hey guys, welcome to Tech Time. I'm your host Nero, and today we're talking iPhone. Now by the iPhone, I'm talking about the iPhone 7, the latest one. And I'm not talking about iPhone 7 Plus, just the normal iPhone 7. Although these two phones were released all the way back in September of last year, and Apple hasn't released a flagship smartphone yet, and they probably won't until the end of this year in September or October, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus have to hold their own in the market. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about if the iPhone 7 is still a competitor with all the new smartphones that have been coming out. This year we saw the wake of many new smartphones, namely the HTC Ultra 11, which has a all-new squeeze feature, the OnePlus 5, which was released just last week or a few weeks ago, and it has crazy specs in it and has already been the iPhone 7 Plus in a speed test. And there was also Samsung's very own S8, which has the all-new Infinity display, which looks absolutely stunning. And in the face of all of these new phones, does the iPhone 7 still hold its own? Well, to judge that, we'll have to go back to the 5 pillars of what makes a great tech product. Starting off with number 1 is the design of the iPhone 7. Now the design of the iPhone 7 is probably the most hated thing out there right now, because everyone says that it looks just like the iPhone 6 and 6S. But I think that even though it does look a little bit like the iPhone 6 and 6S, it still looks very good, especially the antenna bands wrapping around the top of the phone as well as the slope of the camera bump. To me at least, they all looked very, very beautiful. The iPhone 7 is available in 6 total colors, but only 5 were originally announced. So of course they had the usual silver, gold and rose gold, but then after that they announced, instead of the space gray, the matte black and the jet black. And I'm all on the matte black hype train because the matte black is awesome. The red is probably one of the hottest colors in the iPhone right now, and the red is super bright and literally impossible to miss. The anodized metal gives it an almost matte finish, and the Apple logo actually seems to glow. It's just amazing. With all these colors, I actually feel sorry for anyone who bought a silver or a gold iPhone. Those colors have been around for ages now. But because it is simply too similar to last year's design from the front, and because someone who is not a techie probably wouldn't be able to differentiate the iPhone 7 from the 6 or the 6S, I'll have to give it a 9 out of 10 for design. Diving straight into number 2, we are talking about battery life. And despite the iPhone being only 7.1mm thick, it is actually housing a 1960 mAh battery, the biggest in any iPhone, if you exclude the Plus models, that is. But like we all know, size does not matter, and even when the iPhone houses a 1960 mAh battery, it does get pretty close to dying by the end of the day, and sometimes I don't make it in time to plug it in. So I do carry around with me a portable power bank, which can bring back life into my phone a couple of times, but the very fact that I have to carry around a power bank shows that the 1900 milliamps isn't actually sufficient, and the iPhone doesn't have any form of wireless or quick charging, so charging can be painfully slow. So for this factor, I'm gonna have to give the iPhone a 7 out of 10. Up next on number 3 is performance. The iPhone 7 is rocking Apple's all-new A10 Fusion chipset with 2GB of RAM, and the Apple A10 itself is made up of 4 cores, 2 of which are for performance, and the remaining 2 for better battery life. Although that may sound like nothing compared to Samsung's 8 cores of Snapdragon 835 and 4GB of RAM, multiple speed tests have shown that the iPhone 7 blows out the Samsung Galaxy S8 when it comes to performance. And getting a little bit more technical, on Geekbench the iPhone 7 smashed out a single core score of 3549 and a multi-core score of 5979. Put simply, the iPhone 7 is a beast when it comes down to performance, and because of that, I have no other option but to give it a 10 out of 10 for performance. Next on the list is innovation. And although the iPhone 7 didn't bring anything groundbreaking into the market, it did take away quite a few things. Apple was the first of the smartphone giants to actually remove the headphone jack. That's right, the headphone jack. The removal of the headphone jack actually caused a lot of controversy on the internet, even though Apple wasn't the first company to actually remove it. HTC removed the headphone jack from their phones before Apple actually did. But Apple also removed the home button. By now it's probably looking to you like Apple removed more things in the iPhone 7 than they actually added into it. But anyway, the iPhone 7 has removed the home button. Well, it's still there, but it's no longer a button. It's a capacitive home button, and when pressing it, the taptic feedback engine simulates a press through the vibration. And one thing I feel that reviewers didn't give enough credit to is the taptic feedback engine. I mean, it's replacing your home button. It's simulating a real press every time you try and press the home button, even though it's not actually there. Sometimes you even forget that you don't have a home button, and that's how good the taptic feedback engine is. And that's not the only thing. The feedback from the engine is literally everywhere in the operating system. You drag down from the notification center, vibration. You 3D touch something, vibration. So yeah, the taptic feedback engine is actually quite nice and really useful. And also the fact that Apple has hidden the feedback all throughout the operating system was quite nice and thoughtful from Apple. But because the iPhone 7 is lacking any real innovation or any groundbreaking new technologies, the iPhone 7 is going to have to settle for a 9 out of 10 on innovation. And now it's time for price. Oh, well, it is Apple, so expect it to be a bit pricey because the cheapest iPhone you can get is $1,079. But that figure can actually increase to $1,300 quite quickly. Classic Apple and their extremely overpriced products. Well, of course the price is going to be quite high. It's Apple we're talking about here. But even then, for selling such a product at such a high price, it's definitely not justified by the features you're getting. I mean, with the features that you're getting right now, the iPhone 7 should be quite expensive, but having prices over $1,000 is simply not acceptable. And for that, the iPhone is going to get a 4 out of 10 for price. And with the 5 criteria done and dusted, the iPhone 7 finishes up with a final score of 39 out of 50. Which is a pretty good score, but when you compare that to the iPhone SE, which got a score of 33 out of 50, it's not that much better. And even though it was released a few months after the iPhone SE and has better features and performance, the iPhone 7 fails to blow it out of the water like it should be doing. And maybe that's a sign that the iPhone 7 should just step down now and wait for the iPhone 8 to come out and blow everything out of the water. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Also, feel free to share your comments in the comment section below and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And until next time, stay awesome and have a great life.